Okay. So you guys head down to the poor district where the dye sector is, and I don't know why, for some reason, it doesn't show my little circles when I click like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
why.
saw that there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's where the dye sector is. Those shops around there.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to be headed. And people do actually stop, not stop, but like especially the guys take looks at Finn, who is obviously being mistaken for a girl, and it's quite.
I'm going to stare them down, every single one of them.
Wow, you
Don't-
guys,
Don't be jealous.
you turned into a jealous lover super quick. I admire the role that you're getting into. All right, I'm done.
All right,
Make gallery fit.
and then you get to the dye sector, and basically it's a street that basically the dye guild is on the street, and the street is nothing but a mass of shops that all dye clothes, and basically people here, when they make clothes, people from all over the city will come here to get them dyed, because dyeing is a very nasty, smelly kind of process, and it's not something you typically want in the streets everywhere, so they condensed it to this one sector, and everywhere around is the smell of dye. And the smell of different things that people try and put in it. And you see vats of dye, and you see clothes and gowns hanging from rafters, all different colors, drying in the sun. And you just see it everywhere. So it's up to you where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to look for.
As a side note, if either of Inferno or Grimmeth's character is going to do, I'm most likely just going to follow them. I'm going to be AFK for a bit.
All right.
I suggest staying a block away, but other than
Yeah.
that, I think
Yeah, that's the character is just debating like fucking esoteria. He still doesn't have like a cloak replacement after he like discarded his last session. He's like, should I pick up another? Like, well, farewell.
Oh, the plight of a necromancer.
Yeah.
So Finn kind of leans over. What are we doing exactly?
my name.
Don't remember.
Oh, crap.
Oh, what? I told you guys. They gave you the whole. No, I'm gone. You either have to double back and ask.
There's only
me.
one
I'm
shop,
not gonna play
right?
the game.
No,
There's only
a-
one shop?
No, no, it's an
there's
entire
few.
street of shops.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to head into one, the first shop.
Okay.
Does it smell like rosemary?
No.
Damn it.
Okay. We're going to go up to the counter and explain the situation.
Oh, I gave you the scrap of cloth.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
when you arrive in the store, a jolly man who's half bald stands up and goes, "Oh, hello there! Oh, are you here to get a thing for your missus? I have the finest things here." And he starts trying to show you all these gowns and gowns that are still wet with dye, and dye is just like seeping all over his hands. He doesn't seem to care, and trying to hold it up to your face. And
Wait. I do believe we are looking for a specific thing. Is that right,
Oh.
honey?
Yes, sweetheart. And Finn will hold up the piece of the fabric we have. Like,
and
this?
he will look at it confused and be like, "You want that dyed?"
No,
We're looking for. We can't remember what shop we went to last time.
okay. My missus had a cloak. She also went out and got a ferret, and this ferret decided to rip up said cloak.
Thank God you remember.
Oh no, that's horrible.
I know, but the ferret's so cute.
What I am looking for is a replacement. However, I got the cloak originally by a third party, and I would like this cloak as quickly as possible, so this is why I'm here. I'm looking for the specific shop that maybe could have dyed this or made this or whatever.
He scratches his head and he says, "Well, none of the shops here actually make any cloaks, but maybe one was dyed here." And he takes a look at it and he says, he looks at it and he goes, "Well, no, this wasn't dyed here at all. It's got some stains from dyes, but that looks more like, well," and he points to like his pant legs that are kind of smeared with different dye colors. Looks to me more like this cloak was just kind of dragged through this sector, perhaps, or in a shop that uses, and he looks at it and goes, "That's a very peculiar purple dye."
Yeah. Oh, and well, what was the smell again?
Rosemary, honey.
Yes, yes.
It smelled like rosemary.
Yes, very strong rosemary, if I remember correctly.
Rosemary. Well, there's not too many shop owners that use rosemary. You mean Old Franklin. Old Franklin uses a purple dye a lot like this, and he tries to put rosemary in his clothes. He says that the fancy nobles prefer that. But I haven't seen Franklin in some days. But it's just straight down the road and then a little bit to the right. He's a good friend of mine. Tell him I sent you. He'll give you a discount. And be sure to recommend me to any of your friends, he says as he kind of guides you out the door.
Wait, can I get your name, please?
Peter.
So I can say that you sent me? Okay, thank you. Have a good day, Peter.
Bye.
We're
Bye.
gonna head out.
Finn will give a very appreciative look for Keen for remembering our cover story.
Yeah, thank God I remembered it.
You are the best husband.
Husbando. Husbando.
Husbandu,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay,
we'll
let's
to
go.
the store.
To the other store?
Yeah.
The Franklin store that he gives you directions to?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You do see. You get to the store he points to, and there are several different types of clothes: shirts, pants, couple gowns, couple capes, draped out in front of the shop. You see a wooden house, and in front of the wooden house is almost like a patio where the roof is nothing but strips of wood, and on the strips of wood are laying cloths to dry. And many of the houses have this kind of thing. And many of them have the same type of purple that you're looking at. And it does smell heavily of rosemary here. However, all the clothes that are on that rack are bone dry. And the door to the shop is locked shut. And there seems to be no one around.
Great.
Is there any windows?
No windows that are not shuttered. Or, yeah, closed.
What about on? Is it a 2-story or is it one?
One-story house. Looks like just one room. I mean, let me put it this way. It looks like a square. So it is a very small, poor-looking shack.
I guess Finn will knock on the door.
All right. No one answers.
All right. I would say,
Break it down. Break
yeah,
it down.
yeah. I would like to take out a knife and try and jimmy it.
Oh, or that.
Try and-
Okay.
I'm just picturing you doing this and just made up Finn. It's just like, oh yeah, that works too, honey.
Jack will hop around your shoulder and say, "Do you want to get the others?"
Actually, yeah, that would be a good idea. I completely forgot that I kept you along.
Got it. Jack flies away. You didn't tell him to go anywhere,
A
so
reaction. Fine.
You have Jarek like points out. Looks like the Raren's heading towards us. Someone escaped, like whatever they're after.
Oh my God, I'm going to fucking smack you so hard.
Well,
give
we'll
me.
wait to hear what the Raven says before we.
Yeah. While the
we're
raven's
going
flying
downstairs.
away, Keen, give me a check to see if you can jimmy open the door. Give me your bounty hunter background, along with your strength and your. Well, are you trying to force it open or kind of jimmy it
I'm
literally?
trying to just jimmy it, not
All right.
force it.
So dexterity, level, and bounty hunter background.
Boom. Boom.
Wow, just barely. Okay. You manage to jimmy the lock, and the door swings inward, and there is no light, but there is a really foul stench.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
Let us know when we arrive.
And I was gonna say, and that's about the time where Jack comes up and he says, "We think we found the shop. However, there seems to be no one there. Keen's trying to break in, and thought it might be best if you guys join him."
Jarek snorts derisively and begins heading down the fucking streets.
Yep.
What do you guys want to? It's going to be a good minute or two before they get there, so because they can't walk as fast as Jack can fly.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing that I have that can shed any light. I want to try and unshutter some of the windows.
So you're going to walk into the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a roll. No modifiers. Just give me a roll. Okay. You feel your way to the windows.
Mhm.
And you manage to pull open the shutters, and some light falls into the shack. And when the light falls in the shack, what you see is this. You see a rotting corpse of an old man who looks like he was killed with one knife wound to the back, but killed several days ago. He's propped up in the corner, almost like he's just been forgot about. And he has started to decompose a little bit. In the back of the shack, it's only one room. It's very neat. There's almost nothing there. There's a couple tables and chairs, some food. In the back of the shack, there is a desk, and on that desk is all manner of written scrolls and drawings and drawn schematics of the Baroness's house, with notes on best entry points, where the necklace is, etc., etc., etc. In addition to that, you find even more extensive notes on the banquet. Exits and entries, guards,
boy.
possible guard placements, etc., etc. So very, very extensive plans, and I mean meticulous. These are very well written. They are very well drawn. They look like... Keen, in your experience as a bounty hunter, you have never seen such well-organized and laid out schematics.
Shit.
Wow.
And when you guys are going through that, I say, is when everyone else gets there.
Jarek will like peer in, like look at Cullimore. Look at the dead body that's on the floor.
Well, I think we're definitely onto something here.
I'll motion for both of them to come towards me. Or come
right.
to the table.
It hits his staff against the porch as he walks in. Sickly green light and it emanates from the top.
I guess Cole and his skeleton friend will, just whatever at the doorway. Skull around for other things.
All right. Approaching Keen and seeing the huge amount of planning on the table, Cullimore will give a low whistle and say, well, looks like he's gonna, or she is gonna hit the Baroness's charity.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, if the whole idea for stealing the necklace was, for the sake of being able to do it and a little bit of money, why would you risk yourself to plan some sort of, hey, can we take a look at the schematics and see what the plan is? Like, is it just order entry points and avoiding guards? Or...
The schematics, it does not look like there is any preferred option or choice. It is simply schematics of where guards might be, what entry points might be there, but there's nothing that indicates who the creator of this would have chosen. This looks more like recon work.
Yeah,
but very meticulous recon work. Now, there is the plans for the Baroness. It does show a point of entry at the window at the top and marked where the gemstone is. So whoever made these plans knew exactly where to look, and it did have possible escape routes.
Wait, the gemstone?
The necklace. Sorry, the necklace.
That's okay. So Cullimer's going to take a look around and say, this must be her base of operations, why she killed this guy. And she didn't take her plans or burn them, so there's a chance that she might come back here. We might be able to set up a trap.
Jarek says, I would have thought of this more as another way to shift blame onto someone else. Looks convenient that all of these plans and schematics were right here in this dyer's home.
Yeah, it is an orgy of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect anyone so skilled as to craft these meticulous plans to actually come back here. Judging by the level of detail, running a glove along, the plan, whatever it might be, has been fully memorized, as much as it can be. It depends on John's security detail being positioned.
So the question is he or she going to even bother to hit this place tonight, or is this just yet another cover story?
Tonight, I don't remember when the
Well, not
I don't think
tonight,
the charity.
or
I don't
whatever
think the
it was.
charity date was mentioned.
No,
It was later in the week.
Later in the week.
Okay.
Jared shrugs like, we have no idea whether this individual plans on actually showing up at the charity, or whether it is the Baroness, or whether it's Emmerich, or whether the Baroness is Emmerich, or there's too many things we don't know.
Well, let's look around. What led us here was a scrap of cloth that they didn't expect.
Jarek will actually call out aloud in a voice that Cole can hear, Cole, see if you can find something that might lead to suggest tracks or whatever, like you spotted at the villa.
Cole will change body position to more of a search, and try to heighten a lot of his senses to find any sort of trace of people and things like that.
Okay. So exactly what is it that you're looking for? Trails leading from the house?
First, let's find out if you can find any footprints, if they match the ones that you saw before.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do first.
Unfortunately, once you get outside, there are so many footprints because this is a very high traffic area that even underneath the part where there's clothes hanging, there are innumerable footprints because people will commonly walk under there instead of on the road.
No, inside the house.
Inside the house, no, it's meticulous. There's no dust, there's no nothing. It's very simple, it's very sparse, it's very clean. So no footprints.
Colmore's going to take a look at the body.
All right. I do have a question. Does anyone actually read the plans or just look at the schematics?
Because something that my character fits the bill for, but that's gonna take time, like reading things. But of course, my character, being as infinitely intellectual and powerful as he is, will endeavor to study these notes so that he too might learn the mind of this.
Getting flashbacks to that fat kid from earlier.
All right. Well, so I mean, like, are you glancing at the notes now, or are you tucking them away for later, or? Because they're very. I'll be very frank. They're not.
Yeah, all these rangers and these norms have to like do their body work and they're studying in the ground. I have time to sit down and kick back and study architecture and shit.
All right.
Calling us norms, you fucking freak.
you will find something very odd about the schematics. They're very plainly written. They're very easy to understand. They're written in impeccable handwriting and great grammar. The interesting thing is they seem to be written in a third-person type format where it says, she will enter here. She will do this. She might do this. She found guards possibly at these locations. That's an interesting thing you find when you peruse over all of the writings. As for
I'm gonna check the body. Do a quick roll.
So
it's fair enough to do the same roll as I did with the Baroness.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Woo!
Wow. Okay.
I'm
One stab straight to the base of the neck. Again, looks like a small dagger. Looks very clean, very precise. Probably, in your experience, done while they were sleeping or otherwise immobile.
Where is he positioned? Is there a blood dragging, like he was killed in his sleep and then moved to this position?
That is an interesting thing. There should have been lots of blood. There is no blood anywhere in the house. It has either been completely scrubbed clean or there was never blood to begin with, but whatever the case may be, this body is propped up against the corner and there is no blood whatsoever. Even the blood from the wound has been wiped clean. Or was never there, whichever. Just there's no blood.
So this is a very stark contrast compared to the Baroness, where there was cuts all over the body and all that good stuff. This one almost looked not really loving, but professional.
Professional would be a good word to use, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you guys do your thing while I use the little Culmore's room.
Oh God, I gotta pee too. I've been thinking
All right,
about that.
you know what? Let's
for the
take a
last
quick
20
break
minutes.
so I can, because yeah, something was about to happen. So,
Oh.
in fact, I'll say this before you guys go on the break. Someone knocks on the door and says, I'm sorry, I was told to give this to you," and then we'll just take a break.
Oh, awesome.
Next time.
Yeah! Woo! We'll be back in like 5 minutes. I think that's a good way to do it.
Oh,
She told me to do this, and she spotted these cards there.
Oh man, I want Cole to get a hold of the schematics.
Why?
I actually do have a background in tactics.
All right.
So he might actually know a very specific route that would probably be taken.
Okay. Although Squee did mention that no thing appeared to be emphasized over the other, but maybe your tactics can reveal something.
Yeah, I was hoping something along the lines of, if he gathered all this information, how would he go about it, sort of thing. And it might
Hello.
reveal.
Is it just
Hello.
oh.
Squee and Kriana are taking care of
doing their
things.
thing? All right. Taking care of business. All right. Oh, so we have something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Also, people can still hear us and stuff. I'm
that's
just
fine.
I'm just saying.
No problem. I'm just musing what to do next. Because if I were a famous thief and murderer, the only reason why I would have these plans written out is one of two reasons: to frame someone, or you didn't know about it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Of course,
Or-
this guy didn't kill himself, or what else?
Or there is 2 people.
I swear there's 2 people.
Yeah.
I think it's likely that this guy was the planner of the situation, and she ended up killing him. But if she came into that place to kill him, why didn't she take the plans with her, or burn them, or get rid of them, unless she wanted that to like tidy everything up? You know what I mean? Oh, this is the guy.
what?
There's the plans.
What I'm actually thinking is it's 2 people full up.
Oh, yeah.
One person is making the plan, and the other person, the female, is carrying out the plan.
I think it's more of like she doesn't know the other person is. I think the other person is coattailing off of what she's doing.
Maybe.
That's how I feel about what's going on.
We need more clues, though.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Oh. Who we waiting on?
Squee.
Squee.
Hmm.
So this really is Keen's fuck my life day.
Hey, you could take this as a positive. You chase down a criminal,
You got a hot
and
date.
you had a very nice date. There you go.
You were the talk of the town.
Mhm.
Why, just wait until your co-owner hears about this. He'll be so jealous.
We should go to the ball together.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that's it. We have to keep the masquerade.
So, I don't know if we want to do this before or after the knock, but my character wants to look at the schematics.
Sure. Hang on a second. You can definitely look at the schematics beforehand. Let me go ahead and switch back over from the break. I don't know if anything really happened during the break or whatnot, but because I did not turn anything off, I just went straight to the break thing. So hopefully you guys didn't say horrible things about the chat.
We did. Lots of them.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead. Look at the schematics. What are you looking for exactly?
Even though there is no direct path that has been written there or anything like that, it's just like placement, things like that. I would like to do with my tactical background, figure out if there is a good path to get in, and what basically what my character would do to try to infiltrate this place.
Okay. I would let you try that, but it's going to take you more time than what you would have there. That's something where you'd have to sit down and study it before you could come up to that kind of conclusion. And you're not going to have that much time. So if you want to do that perhaps later, I'll be more than happy to let you. But the schematics are complicated enough that you'd need a good half hour to kind of figure that out.
All right.
So, well, I did say you'd have plenty of time. I meant like a minute or two.
I was hoping for a roll, but if it takes time, I can.
Well,
whatever.
you will have to do a roll, but it'll also. Oh, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and make a roll. Maybe if you make a really good roll, you were able to see immediately a path or something.
Roll 20 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Natural 20, baby.
So Jarek's like fucking commenting on the immaculate like handwriting and the beauty of it and how this is like a well-educated person, and fucking Cole walks in.
It's like,
like,
this
oh,
is the
this.
plan, and be like, oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. From the schematics you're looking at a giant ballroom that seems to have 5 main entrances, and then 2 entrances up on the balconies up above. If you notice that, given the amount of guards that are there, the guards happen to be much more in force on the ground level than on the upper level, as if the guards were to expect someone to walk in through the front doors, as opposed to.
Fucking God.
I'm sorry. I'm completely reversing. The guards seem to be much more concentrated in the not main entrances, as if they're expecting a thief to come in through a window or sneak into the room somewhere. And you, because of your amazing roll, see that an instant weakness would be to walk in through the front door. Of course, it would need some sort of invitation, but security does not seem to be as strong where they expect guests to be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's clear they expect any thievery attempt to be from someone other than the guests. I'll put it that way.
All right. And I will, after a few minutes, will sort of like gesture to whoever is about, just...
Jarek's sitting right at the desk.
Jarek and whoever else is around, like, just kind
I
of
was just
like
checking
moving
out
his
the
finger across the paper and going like, this is probably a direction that I would take, and this wouldn't work, so I guess this going through the entrance, just blending as one of the guests would probably work.
Jarek like stops admiring like the beauty of like the handwriting and the immaculate grammar to like look at the actual ballroom itself, like back up to Cole, like back down to and just say, huh. Because he's processing this.
All right. At that moment, you do hear a small voice, and it says, "Excuse me, I was told to give you this." And you guys turn the door, and you see a poor child, maybe 8 or 9, holding in their hand a generic, simple-looking white stone, and scrunching his nose up at the smell and saying, "I'm sorry, I was given a copper to give you this. They said to give this to the people in this house, so here you go." And he just
Finn's
drops
gonna
the stone
rush
on
to
the
the
floor.
door.
And, what?
Like, Finn is gonna, well, when he sees the kid, he's gonna rush to the door and kind of block any view inside. Like, oh, thank you.
Okay, then he's going to just grab your hand and put a white stone in it and take off.
Oh. Okay.
So you have a smooth white stone in your hand.
Oh, boy.
Jarek's
And
looking around Cole.
Jarek, you would know, and most of you would have heard of this, if not seen it. Jarek, you would know exactly what this is. in the world of Ardenfell, it is not uncommon to use what they call message stones, which is a magical artifact that, not like a true magical item, but a magical artifact that allows a user who knows how to use it to record a message to the stone and then have that, whatever was said, play back from the stone when it's delivered to who it's supposed to be delivered to. It's always delivered in a very monotone, drolling voice. It's never the voice of the user itself. And it is common enough that all of you have heard of it, if not actually seen one.
In that case, let's see if I can be cute with this. Jarek fucking sees this. He sees the stone that's laying in Finn's hand. Hopefully, while Finn's looking at going, and looking at the kid, fucking just mage hands the motherfucker.
Yep. Yoink. Now I had some headphone problems while you describing what this thing is. Don't repeat yourself. I'll figure it out as we go along.
It's just a message stone, a stone with a message attached to it.
Cool. Thank you.
Jarek, you know that in order to play the message, all you have to do is hold the stone up and say, "Speak to me." That's it.
So while the mage, the fucking stone's flying to the air, he just expertly catches it with his textured hand. Everyone over here.
Okay.
Jerk.
Cole looks from the paper, doesn't move his head, hands, or anything, just looks at him.
Culmore says, either we caught a big break or we've been found out. I guess we'll figure out what it is.
And once everyone, if they feel like playing ball, gathers in the room, Jarek, will just sit there and he'll offer a basic explanation of it, given his extensive scholarly background. But that's the boring details norms really don't need. Instead, he'll just look at it and rather casually say, "Speak to me."
The second you say that, the stone vibrates whenever the monotone, drolling voice comes out, and what you hear is, everyone can hear it, is simply, "Well, imagine my surprise coming back to find that what I felt was expertly hidden hovel was raided. I commend you on finding me. Few have ever gotten that far, and I was about to disappear and never be seen again, to which I would have said you would never have caught me. But then I saw you. I've hunted you for so long, and to see you actually come to me, well, I'm not sure why you've come, but it would be amiss of me to simply disappear again. So I propose a game. I plan on stealing the Rift Diamond from the banquet. I'm sure you've seen the schematics. I had every intention of simply dropping the job and running. That would have been the smart thing to do, but it's you. So, try to stop me. If you want to find me, that's where I'll be. If you stop me, then you have me. If not, you'll never see me again until I kill you." And that's the stone. The stone stops vibrating.
So you said the voice was monotone. Was it genderless?
Yeah. It's the voice of the stone, not the voice of the user.
I look around for any reaction to that.
I
Does anyone...
on the table, fight me!
God. Cole, it's fine.
Any familiar speech mannerisms with that?
No, in fact, that's the thing about the stone. It is the speech mannerisms.
Not so much like the monotony, but the word choice used.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
None of you find anything about it really familiar. Nothing that comes out as, "Oh, that's a tick this person used to have," or something like that.
All right.
So just to reiterate, they said they have been hunting X person, but they didn't expect X person to try and find them, correct?
Right.
Can these
Right
stones
now,
be reused? Can the messages be cleared up?
Well,
Can
to-
we make use of it in
Yeah.
the future?
Yes, you can actually. You can. But to be absolutely clear, it didn't say they didn't expect you to find them or to try and find them. It didn't actually expect you to find them.
Okay. Well,
Right now. Oh, sorry.
no. It's nothing. It's nothing in character.
Oh, okay. Because Cullimore just wants to, right now, as he's just looking around and there's no clear reaction of recognition, he's going to go through all the names of the list of people he hasn't killed yet that he might have pissed off. But this normally isn't their style. And Neelix is dead. I kicked him into a burning acid dog. So that's just what's going on with my character here.
Finn is actually looking at Pearson, thinking he's the most likely to have pissed someone off.
And you know what? Pearson's not going to argue with you. He's just trying to think
Jarek's just gonna toss the stone in the air with Mage Hand and say, "Oh, this will come in handy," and just look around Cole. Isn't that right, Keen?
Hello? Oh, there
You mute yourself?
No, I'm still trying to figure this out because it could be so many things.
Cole is still there, just. If you want to kill me, come and fight me like a man.
Cole, Finn's gonna try and calm down Cole.
Yeah, that's you're on cold detail, Finn.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, honestly, Squee, can I think of anyone that you know? But see, this is the thing that's bothering Cullimore.
Mm-hmm.
He has never. The only people he's ever, quote unquote, hunted were leadership of the Stonebridge Kings. And he did kill all of them. They fucking disassembled. You know what I mean? That's how he got his liberation, his freedom from it, right?
Right.
In his 15 years of his quote unquote retirement and new life, has not done anything to piss anyone off.
Mm-hmm.
So he cannot fathom this is either a very, very old foe, but just the terminology that's using, his gaze is going over to Keen. And
That's
being
where
like,
Jarek's is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as can you think of anyone, I'll give you a hint. It's
Yeah.
someone on the list I gave everyone.
Yeah,
Oh
I know.
God.
Oh shit!
It's probably mine.
Yeah,
Son
Piff,
of a-
it's yours. Yeah, that's kind of why I gave it to everyone on the same day, so it was not clear.
Wait, did we decide that it was Cole's already?
No, Cole doesn't have
I
a
don't
list.
have mine.
Oh.
Cole. Basically, Cole grew up in a forest. He doesn't really know many people outside of Finn and a couple of others.
Okay, wait. Okay, I hate to say it, but can we play the message again? Or is it done?
You can play it again, but I don't have it written down, so it might not be word for word.
Don't use it word for word then.
Okay.
Jarek stops.
Summarize.
How about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'll play it again.
Jarek, play it again.
Gonna have to hear it again.
I will just tell you the basics of what it says. It basically
Okay.
says, imagine my surprise when I come and find you here in my lair. I was about to cut and run, as any smart thief would. However, I saw you. I've been hunting you for so long, I didn't expect you to find me. But since you are here, it would be amiss of me to just disappear. And let's play a game. I'm going to steal the Rift Diamond from the... what did I actually say?
Banquet?
The banquet, thank you. From the banquet, that's your only chance to stop me. If you stop me, then you have me. If you don't, you won't see me again until I kill you.
Yeah, it's got to be this one. Has to be. Because here's the thing, the wording on that, both of these fit. Sort of. It's like so I'm just taking a shot in the dark. Yeah. Keen's going to pipe up and say that's probably meant for me.
You have people that want you dead?
There was one.
I'm
Sure.
going to calm down a lot more than Like he just assumed it was for him because it was talking as the second
It's
person.
you, yeah.
Fight me!
There was one guy that I could never catch. A halfling thief that I tracked for a very long time, and he would always slip from my grasp. And
Jarek shakes his head.
Couldn't be that. Footprints. Halfling would be too small.
good point.
Could be using a patsy though, maybe as an apprentice. Keep talking, Keen.
Well, before I forcibly retired for a bit, one too many bounties were just not there when I went to track them down. It seems like he was trying to hunt me for a while, and then I retired and I haven't heard or seen from him again until maybe now. Every time I try and find him, I can't.
It's feasible.
It could be for me,
Yeah.
unless
I'm racking.
any of you guys can think of anything.
I can think of one. I know there are a few people who still have old grudges from me. I didn't live a very clean life. I can only think of one person that might really want revenge. His name is Shane, and he was, I guess you could say, an apprentice of mine. When I was with the Stonebridge Kings, I kind of took him under my wing, so to speak, and showed him what to do. Except that he started to really enjoy the violence quite a bit. And that kind of created a bit of a distance between us because I was more professional and he was more, craving of it. When I dismantled the leadership of the Stonebridge Kings, before I got to the head honcho, he was ordered to stop me. We fought in the main hall and I defeated him, but I didn't kill him. But I broke all of his limbs but I left him. I spared his life because he wasn't my target after all. I just wanted to eliminate the threat. He did scream words of betrayal to him, which is fair enough. And he does have a thief background, and it would be someone who would be messed up to kill the Baroness in that way, but I gesture over to this professional wound on this person. If it was Shane that killed this guy, it would not just be one clean one clean strike. It would be, you know what I did with Elric to display madness and bloodthirstiness and insane devotion. That would be Shane. That's where I got the damn idea from to begin with.
Well,
so, I'm thinking it might be your guy, because there was a woman involved too, right? Wouldn't surprise me if a master thief had an apprentice. And we talked before about a 2-person team. He plans, she does.
And I cornered him one time when I was very close to catching him in an inn and almost got him. An arrow gashed his eye, and he swore vengeance upon me.
Yeah.
There is evidence in the notes and schematics here to suggest a multi-person team in the form of the usage of the pronouns she,
And he'll point to the numerous instances.
I had initially thought that it could have been a one-person job and the person merely refer to herself with the pronoun.
I think that's might be what it is. So now if we know who we're looking for, the question is, do we play this guy's game? Or do we try to go at it another way? We can assume these schematics are a lie. If he knows we're here, he knows we've seen these, right? So this is as good as trash now.
Yeah.
So, we have to figure out how he, or his apprentice, or both of them, is going to break into this. But the interesting thing that this target is so tempting. You are so tempting to him, Keen, that he's not doing the smart thing, which is getting out, cutting clean.
Yeah.
We should try to capitalize on that.
Mm-hmm. It could very well be your guy as well.
Yeah, it's possible. Although he's had 15 years to kill me, when I've been a much less of a threat. And he was, I'm going to just be as honest, 15 years is a long time. He could have garnered a lot of skill, but he was more of a thug than a meticulous thief.
Yeah.
He could change, though.
Indeed.
Well, what's the next step? Damn it. It just got a lot trickier.
Mm-hmm.
But if he is Elric, and he has the stone, this is a thing that I'm wondering about. We'll have to go with assumption. Either my guy or your guy is this Elric fellow, or it's likely Emmerich. Dear God, Emmerich, thank you.
Mhm.
This Emmerich fellow. He has the gem. That's what the book says.
Mm-hmm.
He must not know what it does, or he'd be using it right now.
Yeah.
And after this, he's going to leave. So this is really our one shot to try to get him. Shit.
Jarek shakes his head and said, I thought anyone who crashed the stone, according to Lady Celine, would immediately know of what the stone did.
But wouldn't Lady Celine know immediately how it worked? She did not when we first met.
Yeah.
She said that she knew that
I
the
can
thing
I
could
can
grant
refresh
the
the
wish,
memories.
like-
Yeah, what Lady Celine said was that she was told when she bought the stone that it granted a wish, and imagine her surprise when she grasped it that she found out that it could tell a wish. However, this is from one of the most powerful wizards in the world. Take that with a grain of
Yeah.
salt.
So it might not be. It might just be something that she realized, not anyone can realize. Okay. So Keen,
Mhm.
you almost caught this guy.
Yeah.
What were the circumstances that led up to it? Maybe if we learn from that, we can turn an almost catch into an actual catch.
Well,
Does anyone hear something weird in the
Yeah,
background?
I
or
do
is that
like
just me?
crickets
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
the crickets.
oh, sorry.
Burn.
Fucking
There we
Hawaii.
There we go.
Hawaii.
Fucking Hawaii.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
No, we're teasing.
Don't
We're
you apologize.
teasing.
Don't
Fuck
you?
your
Yeah.
entire
Don't
series
you?
of islands, you ass.
Don't you apologize,
God.
Byrne. You're the one that has to live with it.
God.
Anyway.
But yeah, the only time that I was able to almost catch him was I caught him in the middle of he has a tendency of being cruel and would often leave people in impossible danger just to see what they did before they died. So he was in the middle of torturing a few people in this inn. But before I could stop him, I basically missed, almost got him in the eye, and he took off out the window and disappeared into the night before I could track him down. Dude's a slippery bastard.
Yeah. There's only one thing that's bugging me,
Mm-hmm.
which is, let's assume that he's the planner now, because he only has one eye, right? He's pretty easy to identify, right? And it screws up with your depth perception. I've gouged many an eye out. So he has an apprentice. She does a lot of dirty work. The initial crime scene with the Baroness and the butler, they weren't tied up. Maybe if we can find her in time, we can find him. And we won't even have to do this whole masquerade. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because our clue is that she must have been known by the Baroness, or she has, like I said, or she has incredible power. Right? A halfling, with all due respect, doesn't strike up incredible power. You know what I mean? Especially if they're just armed with the dagger.
Yeah.
You know, you'd run or something, or try to fight back. But a grown woman with certain skills that's known. Oh.
I still think these two people are not working together.
So you think there's two separate people trying to steal the stone? Like, steal the necklace and then now this rift stone?
I believe she is trying to steal the stone, and I believe the other person is trying to piggyback off of that as sort of a seeking entrance and holes through somebody else's tunnel.
I guess anything's possible. We don't know enough.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Well,
Plus, we do know
Mhm.
that both of their targets is this particular gem, or at least something inside of the ballroom. And we know the most plausible way that they're going to get in. Of course, we'd have to double check with Lady Celine to make sure the placement of the guards is accurate.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, I don't know. I mean, this is... I don't know. This is either incredibly reckless or it's purposely misleadful. Cullimore is just so frustrated. What I'd like him to do is, if this indeed was a lair or planning or some sort of safe house, which the stone acknowledged, then Cullimore knows, running many a safe house himself, that not everything is as it seems. I would like to make a skill check and try to search for some secret room, secret compartments, something that's well hidden that, you know, thieves and professionals would use. I want to search the inside and the exterior of the house.
Okay.
It may take some time, but we don't have any current plans, so I'd like
That's
to
fine.
do that.
Go ahead, add your intelligence, your level, and your background.
Okay, so I'll roll first. Okay, 21.
Okay. You do find a hidden compartment in the floorboards. However, the hidden compartment is simply full of a bit of money and some mementos from the like pictures and letters and keepsakes that appear to be attached to the elderly gentleman that is dead in the corner.
Ah.
Well, how much money is there? He's not going to need it, and he's no spoiled baroness, so...
Only a few silvers. I'd say maybe 20 silvers.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep searching. Just because I found one thing doesn't mean I can't find others.
That's
Roll
all you
again?
found. No. That's it. You search everywhere else and you find nothing else.
Well, you said there were some letters or something, right, from this guy?
Correct. It is from a daughter that lives in another town, wishing him well and hoping that he is good, and trying to convince him to move over to the other town so she can take care of him.
Cullimore isn't very good at this, but he's going to take the letter over to the table, and he's going to flag over, in particular, everyone, but in particular Keen and Jarek. And he's going to say, if there's one thing I'm not great is I can read just fine, but when it comes to secret codes and shit like that, I'm not so clever. I'm not as clever as I like to think. I don't understand why someone would hide a letter from a dear friend. So maybe this means something more.
Jarek shakes his head and says, "It obviously meant something to him. It mattered, which is why he kept it under a floorboard, so that if anyone raided his house, he might be able to keep it, along with the silvers."
Kellamore shrugs. I guess. Makes sense. That's the initial thought, but who knows?
This is my interest is actually, and he'll point back down the notes. Keen, the individual you hunted, would have needed to be so intelligent and thoughtful as to create such meticulous notes, particularly with the fine handwriting, the calligraphy. Furthermore, you must have had knowledge of, and, the mage hand tosses the message stone in the hand, and again, not just to find one of these, but to actually employ it. It's not something a common individual knows how to use.
Yeah.
Point.
The problem is that we can't just warn everyone and cancel the ball because then he's off scot-free. He's using this as a trap, so to speak.
Yep.
Why would the individual be off scot-free?
Because they can just leave.
Yeah, doesn't need to. Got what he wanted, and he'll either say, because they mentioned that the smart thing to do would just to leave town, but when I found out you were here, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get my revenge. We'll play a little game. Well, if you cancel the game, then he'll leave. That
doesn't mean we can't do anything with this information. Kick it to John.
That's
Have
true.
him
That
pull
would
out his
foil
hair.
him. Yeah. Yeah, I like to see the steam coming out of the ears as the average guardsman tries to figure shit like this out.
Yeah.
I'm not so willing to disregard everything in these plans as false, only that, as always, it's a plan subject to change.
Maybe. Good point.
Well, we are pretty much at the end of a session. Would you guys like to break for the week, and that way you guys can mull over what to do next and start up fresh next session?
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Alrighty, then we shall do
I
that.
probably will not be in attendance next Thursday. Probably won't.
Oh.
Yeah, we can just skip it next Thursday.
You better not. That's only 20% of the players missing. If only one player is missing, you guys should still go on with the session.
I would leave that pretty much up to you, Jarek. If you want, I can NPC you, or just say that you have. We could say you're helping Lady Celine with the ritual.
You have necromancer diabetes.
It's up to you, but I'm also fine just putting it on hold. That's kind of something I'd rather just leave up to a vote, whether you guys want to keep going or just hold off for a week. I don't mind either way.
Well, how about we figure that we can talk about it in the group chat?
Sure.
And besides, Grimace said maybe, so.
Right.
But it's very likely.
All right, so we'll go ahead and stop that session here.